The 2024 US presidential election is set to be a historic clash. Former President Donald Trump is vying for a return to the White House. His opponent is Vice President Kamala Harris, seeking to make history as the first female president. The stakes are high, the nation is divided, all eyes are on these two political heavyweights. This election is about more than just Republicans versus Democrats, it's about the very soul of America. Will America continue down the path set by Trump? Or will it chart a new course with Harris at the helm? Get ready for a wild ride. Donald Trump and Kamala Harris represent two very different paths to power in American politics. Trump, a businessman with no prior political experience, rose to prominence by tapping into populist anger and frustration. His brash style and unconventional campaign shocked the political establishment and resonated with voters hungry for change. Harris, on the other hand, followed a more traditional route to politics. After a successful career as a prosecutor, she served as Attorney General of California and then as a US Senator. Her rise through the ranks was steady and calculated, marked by a commitment to public service and a deep understanding of the political process. Trump's presidency was marked by controversy, chaos, and a constant stream of scandals. Harris, as vice president, has taken a more low-key approach. The 2024 election will be, in many ways, a referendum on these two contrasting styles of leadership. Will voters choose Trump's disruptive and unpredictable approach, or will they opt for Harris's experience and steady hand? Donald Trump and Kamala Harris offer voters starkly different policy visions. Trump's agenda centers on what he calls America First policies, including protectionist trade deals, strict immigration restrictions, and a focus on American energy independence. Harris aligns more closely with the progressive wing of the Democratic Party. She advocates for expanding access to healthcare, addressing climate change through investments in renewable energy, and strengthening social safety net programs. Trump supporters see his policies as a return to common sense, putting American interests first. Harris's supporters believe her policies offer a more equitable and sustainable future for all Americans. Critics argue that Trump's policies are often harmful to the environment and disproportionately benefit the wealthy. Harris's critics contend that her policies are overly idealistic and fiscally irresponsible. The 2024 election will be a battle of ideologies. Voters will have to decide which vision for America they support, Trump's America First populism or Harris's progressive agenda. In the US electoral system, winning the presidency is not about getting the most votes nationwide. It's about securing victory in a handful of key battleground states. For both Trump and Harris, the road to the White House runs through the Rust Belt states of Pennsylvania, Wisconsin, and Michigan. Trump narrowly flipped these states in 2016, securing his victory. However, Biden won them back in 2020, highlighting their fickle nature. Other key battleground states to watch include Arizona, Georgia, and North Carolina. These states have traditionally leaned Republican, but have become increasingly competitive in recent elections. Both campaigns will pour enormous resources into these battleground states, targeting voters with tailored messages and relentless campaigning. The outcome in these states will likely hinge on which candidate can best connect with voters' concerns about the economy, healthcare, and the direction of the country. Whoever can win over voters in these key states will likely be the next president of the United States. Political analysts and pollsters are working overtime to predict the outcome of the 2024 election. They crunch numbers, analyze trends, and conduct polls to try and gauge the public mood and forecast the winner. However, predicting elections is an imperfect science, as 2016 proved. Current polls show a tight race between Trump and Harris, with neither candidate holding a clear advantage. The race is within the margin of error in many key battleground states, making it impossible to say with certainty who is ahead. It's important to note that polls are just a snapshot in time and can fluctuate significantly as the election draws closer. Factors like campaign events, news cycles, and unforeseen events can all influence voter sentiment and shift the race. While polls can provide some insight into the state of the race, they should not be interpreted as guarantees. The only poll that truly matters is the one on election day. As the 2024 election enters the final stretch, several key factors will likely shape the outcome. The state of the economy will be paramount. Voters often vote with their wallets, and a strong economy could benefit the incumbent party. The ongoing COVID-19 pandemic and its lingering effects on public health and the economy will also be a major issue. Social and cultural issues such as abortion, gun control, and racial justice are also likely to play a significant role in the election. The candidates' campaigns and their ability to connect with voters will also be crucial. Trump's unconventional style and Harris's more traditional approach will be on full display as they crisscross the country, vying for votes. The 2024 election will be a complex and multifaceted contest. The interplay of these factors will ultimately determine who wins the White House. In a democracy, the power ultimately rests with the people. Every vote cast in an election represents a voice, a choice, and a vision for the future. The 2024 election is no different. It's easy to feel like one vote doesn't matter, especially in a close election. However, history is filled with examples of elections decided by a handful of votes. Every vote has the power to tip the scales and determine the outcome. Voting is not just a right, it's a responsibility. It's a chance to hold elected officials accountable, shape public policy, and have a say in the direction of the country. By exercising their right to vote, citizens participate in the democratic process and ensure that their voices are heard. The 2024 election is a chance for Americans to make their voices heard. Make your voice heard in 2024. The 2024 election will have profound and lasting consequences for the United States. The winner will inherit a deeply divided nation facing a multitude of challenges, both domestic and international. The new president will face the daunting task of healing the divisions within American society, restoring faith in government, and addressing pressing issues like climate change, economic inequality, and racial injustice. The outcome of the election will also have significant implications for America's standing in the world. The new president will need to navigate complex geopolitical challenges, repair relationships with allies, and reassert America's leadership on the global stage. The 2024 election is not just about choosing a president, it's about shaping the future of America and its place in the world. The choices made in 2024 will resonate for generations to come.